We're not going to enjoy the next couple of minutes of that song. Instead, we're going to hear that Jess Arce is America's dyslexia expert. She is the CEO of I Am Not Dumb Inc. and author of I Am Not Dumb, I Am Dyslexic. She helps struggling students succeed in schools and life. A self-diagnosed dyslexic who is married to a profound dyslexic, Jess's journey began with a simple desire to help her 4 children with 8 neurodiversities succeed. Now, as program director of Lexia Learners, do you see my shirt, everybody? As a certified Barton tutor, a certified dyslexia screener, and using a method she created, Jess has personally helped hundreds of students with dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dysgraphia. Jess is a frequent speaker at events like the California Homeschool Network and has a combined social media following of over 3,000 people, hopefully more. If you share this out, I hope that grows. She shares her insights regularly to her Facebook group for parents of children with dyslexia through her Facebook series, Lunch and Learners. Have you seen her? I have. I love her. And she teaches a lot of things. And on her Zoom events for kids, she has been featured on a Winning Cup podcast, Pam Pryor Show, Transformation Talk Radio, Homeschooling Children with Special Needs Summit, and a Woman's Entrepreneur Network. With that, I'm going to say, Jess, I hope you can take it away. I hope you can tell us the other things that we're going to do today, because this is a party and we're all here to celebrate good times. Come on. Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that wonderful introduction and all of your energy. I want to thank all of you for being here today. This is so exciting, so much fun to have all of you here. I see my babies who are no longer living with me, and some of them have mustaches. So thank you all for coming today. I am so excited to share this moment with all of you. Our book just launched today, and it's #1 for the for brand new book for special needs, and hopefully we will get #1 in some more categories as well. So I wrote this book despite the fact that there are many books on the topic of dyslexia, because they are not very dyslexic friendly. And who needs these books more than dyslexic people, right? So most of the books out there are long and convoluted, and I have them on my shelf, but I have not read most of them. I do best by learning from hearing and interacting. And so I wanted to make this book easy for people to read and understand and learn about our strengths and our weaknesses associated with dyslexia, dysgraphia, and dyscalculia. And I'd like to start by giving a big thanks to my husband, Ronnie, my 4 children who are here today, Chris, Olivia, Jacob, and Sammy, and then my mother, Nan, who is also here today, and all of who gave me the content that I needed to put in this book, due to all 6 of them and myself having various neurodiversities, including dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, auditory processing disorder, vision processing disorder, autism, and a few more things I cannot think of right off the bat, but we've got a lot. And so secondly, I'd like to give a big shout out to my amazing virtual assistant, Nix, who without her dedication to format and reformat and then reformat again, and finally work through all of our issues that we had, getting the book to be ready to be published today. Because if she hadn't been here to do this, it would not have been published. I would have gotten frustrated and given up, but she stuck to it and spent her last weekend, she spent her days off without me asking her to, making sure that it all worked. And so I am so, so, so grateful to her for that. And then Elizabeth, who you guys have already all met, my project manager. I want to thank her for spending hours and hours recording an audio version of this book so that if reading is a struggle for you, you do not have to read the book. You can listen to the audio version. I don't know if it's live yet, but I promise you it will be in the next couple of days because it is all recorded and ready to go. And I want to thank my staff, Angie and Chris and Rachel and T and Dan and Journey and Olivia, who all proofread the book and made suggestions. And I want to thank my friends and my clients who read through the book and reviewed it for me. And my new friend, Karen, who stepped up to proofread my proof and found lots of little errors that everyone else missed and would have made me crazy had I not, had they not been taught at the time that she did before the book was published. So I really appreciate everyone helping out, and I hope that everyone enjoys the book and finds it really helpful. So 1 in 5 people have dyslexia. That's a really large number, and most people do not know what dyslexia looks like to even be able to identify it in themselves or other people. So it's really important that people know what it looks like so that they can help their kids, their grandkids, their neighbor kid, or help themselves. So I was on a journey for 10 years before I figured out what was going on with my daughter, Olivia. And it was a challenge for all of us. She couldn't read. She didn't know what was going on. And then here we are today, and she is my assistant, and she is reading a ton, so much more than I ever expected her to have to read when I hired her. And so, so anyway, it's really helpful when we know ahead of time. And my husband and I are both dyslexic, and neither of us knew we were until I started helping my kids. And then it dawned on me. And so my oldest student I've ever taught was my husband. And so it took 18 months. And at the end of the 18 months, he was reading 4 grades above the level he was reading before we started, and it changed his life because he wasn't able to pass the mortgage exam. That he had already been a mortgage lender, but then when laws changed, he needed to take an exam, and he couldn't pass it until I tutored him. So my point is, it's so valuable when we know early on what's going on. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share. And we're going to do a drawing for everyone who's here already. Nix has a lot of names she had to enter on her wheel. Hopefully it is ready to go. All right, so hopefully everyone's there now. And we're going to spin the wheel. And this is for a free autographed book that will be sent to you. Ready, set, go.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Renee.
Thank you.
All right. Are we going to get to see you, Renee?
No.
No? All right.
You're gonna love her anyway, though. Woot woot. Congratulations, Renee. Jess, what are you giving away for these prizes?
So this is a free autographed copy of the book. So it will be sent to you. And if you can give Angie your address in the private message so that everyone doesn't mail you stuff, you'll be getting that book in the really near future. Okay, so now who's ready to get this party started?
Woo!
Ed. Woo! Hey, Amy.
Me.
So my youngest son, Sammy, who is the reason I started on this journey, when his dyslexia teacher encouraged me to learn how to teach him the way he needed to learn as we were preparing to leave Texas, and I was preparing to homeschool my kids. Sammy is planning on becoming a bartender when he turns 21. So I asked him to demonstrate one of my favorite cocktails. He has no favorite cocktails. He's too young for that. One more year. Anyway, he is going to demonstrate a cinnamon toast crunch. So, Sammy, take it away.
Hello, I am Sammy. I'll be your bartender for tonight.
Hi,
I
Sammy.
will be making a cinnamon toast crunch.
Delicious.
I'll be using a cocktail shaker, but if you don't have one of those, you can use any container that comes with a lid. And I'll be using a jigger, but if you don't have that, anything that amounts to an ounce, you can also use that. And I will be using a tray for my sugar and cinnamon mix, but if you don't want that, you don't have to have it. We will start off with wetting our cup for the rim, and then putting the mixture on it. And then we will put some ice in our mixer. Then we will do an ounce of rum chata, 3 of these. And then we will do an ounce of vodka, and then half an ounce of Fireball. Then we'll close our lid.
That's all right.
Always fun when you have a little comic relief.
I know. A little comedy.
And then we will shake for 5 seconds.
All right. That's what's
One,
up. Shake, shake,
two,
shake,
three,
shake,
four,
shake, shake.
five. Woo!
And then your mixture is done.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a lot of booze, man.
So yesterday, Sammy did a practice and I drank it and I was pretty buzzed.
Oh my goodness.
I guess so.
Yes. So today I
Amazing
don't plan
job.
on drinking the whole glass right at once.
I'll drink the other half.
Yeah, there you
Oh.
go. Oh no, he's too young, right?
No, he's too young.
Thank you.
That looked awesome.
Oh, can
It
you see it?
sounds
Can you see it?
delicious.
I
Yeah.
will take a sip.
Help you party a little harder.
Mm.
Party hard.
That is delicious. And you know, I've never had it with the sugar and cinnamon on the rim before. That really just makes it even better. This is a great Christmas drink. And we sent out the ingredients on Monday, but we will be happy to resend them again to all of you guys so you can make your own cinnamon toast crunch. Okay, what's up next? Is it my turn to talk some more?
Jess, I think you do have to talk some more. That's one of the things in this. You're talking a lot. You're even spotlighted for everybody because, and I'll remove your spotlight. We're not giving away more prizes yet, but we are going to give a quick little video of some of the things that we do. There are more prizes. There are more giveaways. There's a game. There's a comedian that is here. Jonathan, he is here somewhere. I saw his video. Oh, we are definitely going to clap. He reminded us in the chat that we're totally going to have to unmute ourselves and we're going to laugh as he is saying what he's saying because, you know, our laughter feeds into each other. But right now, let's see a little bit of what Jess does. Let's make sure I didn't mess it up. All right. Because if I make a mistake, y'all tell me. All right. Don't hold back.
My name is Alyssa. I'm a fashion design major at the Fashion Institute of Technology. I'm about to start my freshman year. We're currently at my going away party. I invited Miss Jess because I thought it was really meaningful for her to be here because I'm about to go off to college with all of the tools that she taught me in tutoring years ago.
So everybody, where are we now? Oh, now is time to introduce Jonathan. Hold on, let me find my info. Okay, Jonathan Flanagan is a Los Angeles-based comedian, writer, actor, and most importantly, dyslexic. He is the best known for his stand-up comedy appearance that delivers a unique style of alternative and mainstream comedy, which stems from the start of his career in improv at UCB, IO West, and Second City. As a touring comedian, Jonathan has graced international stages, most recently the Edinburgh Fringe Festival and other major performances at the San Francisco Sketch Fest, Gilda's Laugh Fest, the world famous Comedy Store, and the Ice House Pasadena, where he hosts Trigger Warning, LA's most and least offensive comedy show. Jonathan has appeared in several films, including And Then There Was Eve, The Funhouse Massacre, viral video content for BuzzFeed and Best LA, and commercial spots alongside Raiders quarterback Derek Carr and the fastest growing Napa Valley winery, One Hope Wine.
Mm.
And One Hope Wine is one of someone in my networking group is a representative. They
That's
do
right.
great things for the community. So anyway, I'm sure most of us here will find many of Jonathan's experiences very relatable. And everyone, please turn on your mic, get ready to laugh and participate and clap while Jonathan entertains us, because we want to make this exciting, and it's a little trickier with Zoom if people aren't interactive. So without further ado, please give Jonathan a warm welcome.
Hey!
Thank you. Thank you. She asked me for my bio. I didn't realize I was going to make a dyslexic person read it aloud in front of everyone she knows. I would have given her the short one. Would have given you the short one if I knew I was going to make you do that. I'm sorry for that. I thought you would just scan through and pick a thing. You know, okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for coming out. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thanks for just a round of applause for writing a book. I have not read it. I'm
Yes.
waiting for the Audible version, obviously. This is really cool. It's a book. I think the title's funny. It's I'm not dumb, I'm dyslexic, but I think it could be both. I know some people that could be both. That's crazy. Like, I don't know if I'd ever write a book. Like, I think if I did, like, I guarantee, like, the editor would probably commit suicide. Probably. Or just retire. Like, you know what? I'll just rather quit my job than have the editor. This is crazy. Yeah, this is get right into it. My favorite letter in the alphabet is the letter V, because obviously I'm dyslexic, and that's one you can't really mess up. You know what I mean? Plus, if you write it accidentally write it lowercase, but you need it to be uppercase, it's a quick fix. You're writing a letter like, "Oh, my dearest Victoria." Shoot. Oh, cool. She'll never know. It's funny. So dyslexia in the dictionary, if you look up, it says the definition of dyslexia is a term that's a disorder that makes it difficult to learn to read or interpret letters, numbers, and symbols. But then the very last line of definition says, but does not impede general intelligence. And I feel like some insecure dyslexic person like made them add that at the end. Like, hold on. I'm not dumb. I just can't read. Right? Disorder. It's a disability. But it's like you don't hear anybody else with disabilities like trying to like say that. Like, it's not like somebody like, oh, you have a muscular disorder. Yeah. So you're handicapped? No. I just can't walk because of disorder. Yeah, like, we're not dumb. I can't read. It's a disorder. Like, so you're dumb. No, I just can't read. I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
Growing up, well, first of all, it was in the 90s, so people didn't really know what it was. It's like, oh, you're just dumb. You know, it was hard we didn't know what it was. But I was given a calendar, and on each month was a different like famous person who achieved a lot, who was also dyslexic, like John F. Kennedy, Albert Einstein, Da Vinci, Tom Cruise, you know. And they gave me this thing like, hey, look what else you can achieve. They achieved so much. And I'm just like looking at it like, yeah, but they also codependent with middle child syndrome, you know. We're not the same. We're not the same.
Oh my God.
Growing up in the 90s, being dyslexic meant you were in special ed, because like I said, they just like, well, just put them with all the other ones. You know, they didn't disassociate between them. They're just like, these kids are all special ed. In the 90s, you're in your regular class, and then we just pull you out of class a couple times a week to give you some special attention, some special ed. And it was always me and this albino kid named Salvador. We were the two special ed kids. And they'd always come take us out of class, but they always take a couple of regular eds, some smarties to come with us. So like it wouldn't keep it like inconspicuous, you know? But it only took like 2 weeks before a pattern started to form. And all the kids were like, hey, why is always John and albino Sal? What are they, dumb or something? You know? And like albino Sal, like he was all messed up. He couldn't go out in the sun. He wore the big black glasses. His eyes were yellow. He looked like the cat from Alice in Wonderland. They would bounce back and forth really fast. You know? But it was like he wasn't dumb. He just was blind. You know, for me, I look normal, so they expected a lot more from me. Until it was like my turn to read aloud in class, and like, what the hell's wrong with John? He doesn't look that dumb. Like, you know, it's bad when you're getting help on your English from the ESL students, you know? They're like, no, it's I before E except after C. I like C, you know? Speaking of reading aloud, that's the cruelest thing you could do to any kid. I don't care, dyslexic or not. I can't believe they still do it. They still do it in public school these days. It's crazy. And screw you if you're one kid who like actually liked to read aloud, who would volunteer. Like, screw yourself. You know, no one's impressed. Oh, you can read at a 5th grade level. Get out of here. I can't believe they still do that. Like, I one day I wore my bathing suit to school. Don't ask, it's a long story. I wore a bathing suit to school, so obviously I had no underwear on. And as we were lined up to go back into class in recess, another kid pantsed me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, but that wasn't the most embarrassing day at school that year. The most embarrassing day is when I had to read aloud A Streetcar Named Desiree. You know, it was terrible.
Yeah, right.
Like seriously, I'll never read aloud. I don't care what it is. I'd be getting married one day, and then the priest will say, "Okay, now the groom will read his vows." I was like, "We need to talk. I need to see somebody else." You know, I want to divorce. Just leave her at the altar. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Good thing you only gotta say I do.
Being dyslexic, my smartphone makes me feel like a dumb user. You know, like have you ever texted a word so wrong your phone doesn't even have a suggestion for you? I tried texting a word. I tried texting inconvenient, and my phone just said, "What are you talking about, bro?" That's all it said. So embarrassing. I can't message girls that I like. I'm just like, "Hey, I'm really hopping to see you." You know. I was like, "You go, dude." Right? I texted my friend one day. I was like, "Hey, I massaged you last time. How come you didn't massage me back?" He just blocked me. I don't even know what I said. Ridiculous. However, because of technology, I am living in a good time to pick up girls. You know, like if I was my grandfather, like World War II time, or even like my great grandfather, like turn of the century, like they had to talk to a girl. They had to write a letter in long form with a ink and a pen, and then go to the post office and mail it, and then wait for a return, and then read it, and then respond. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't remember last time I went to a post office, first of all. Plus, I have bad penmanship and I'm dyslexic. There's no way any girl would have responded to my letters, you know? But nowadays, like smartphone is autocorrect. There's Google. I was like, "Oh, you're from Idaho, you see?" And I just Google it real quick. "Oh, you got the largest mountain," you know? Let's look like I know what I'm talking about. If I was my great grandfather, I would not be here today, is what I'm saying.
Oh my.
It's crazy. I mean, this is just a crazy time period, you know, like, it's pandemic and everything. And, it's really weird. Like, this is the first time that I've ever lived in a time or place where you had to clarify how somebody died. Like if you were to tell somebody, you know, someone died, they just assume it's COVID, you know, like, "Oh, my brother died." It's like, "Ah, God dang COVID." No, he was just surfing, actually. Vaccinated, just surfing. You know? Like, I've been fortunate enough to never live in a time or place where that was the case, you know? In New York in the fall of 2001, it's like, "Oh, my dad died." Like, God dang terrorist. No, he was just surfing. He worked from home. It had nothing to do with that.
Wow.
Like, "Oh, my cousin died in Pearl Harbor." God dang Jeps. No, this is 2 weeks ago. He was just surfing. Right? I feel like it was worse during the caveman times because everyone would just assume it's a dinosaur, no matter what happened. You know? It's like, "Hey, you hear Lucy died? Let me guess, T-Rex." It's like, no, staph infection. Can't keep anything clean.
He wasn't surfing.
Yeah. It's like, "Oh, my neighbor in the cave next door passed away." Let me guess, Velociraptor? Suicide, actually. Yeah, really weird. Like, you never can tell. He seemed like he was doing great. Just got all those new cave paintings. He just got the wheel, you know? Like, man, why would he kill himself? I don't know. He just got a piece of wood, went out in the ocean, tried to stand up on it. It's really weird. You know? I got a girlfriend over the pandemic about a year ago. I met a girl mid-pandemic. I was like, "You know what? This is worth dying over than dying alone." You know, I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment. In LA, it's terrible. Couldn't talk to nobody. My neighbors thought I wasn't respecting the quarantine because of how much they heard me talking to myself through the walls, you know. They're like, "Hey, you're not supposed to have guests over. I thought I heard a pirate and a prospect at your house last night." But I met a girl and things are going great. And I told her, I was like, "Man, I wish I met you like 10 years ago. You know, we were I was younger, I was better looking, I got erections, there wasn't a global pandemic, you know. And she said the sweetest thing. She was like, don't worry, I'll be there for the next 10. And I was thinking, yeah, but I was like, that's gonna be like the worst 10. So, right? It's like, oh, you missed my 30th birthday in Vegas. Well, you'll be there my 40th for the colonoscopy. That's gonna be real fun. It's ridiculous. We're a good match though. Like we're a good match. Like I come from a big Mexican family, and her parents are dead, so we don't have to split time on the holidays. You know? And, she makes a lot of money, and I do stand-up comedy. We're just a really good match. She's cool. She talks in her sleep. She talks so much in her sleep. She started a podcast, doesn't even know it. It's ridiculous. She uses a lot of tongue in bed, mostly to lick her fingers to turn the page of the book she's reading. Not very fun. It's like, you show up, you can read. She moans in her sleep sometimes. It's all cute, but then one time she laughed in her sleep, and I shook her awake. Like, hey, who the hell are you laughing at, huh? It's crazy. Zoom shows are cool. I mean, they got us through the pandemic. I can't believe I'm doing another one, but this is for a good cause. I'm glad I'm here. I got so used to the Zoom shows last year. I wasn't sure how I was going to do when live shows came back. I was like, am I going to remember my jokes while I'm wearing pants? I don't know if that's going to work. I have a couple. I spent a lot of time during the pandemic with my nephew and my niece. They're like, one's like 2 years old, the other one's a year old, and I don't understand why baby clothes have so many pockets, right? Like my nephew has cargo shorts. He takes 4 fingers to pick up one Cheerio. He's not using those pockets. His keys are huge. They're not going to fit in those pockets anyway. Crazy. Like my niece has a dress with pockets. Like it's ridiculous. I think it's because like all the mom's clothes don't come with pockets anymore. So there's like, just put in the kids. They'll carry your stuff.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah. It's basically it's a purse that poops. That's all it is now. I do come from a big Mexican family. I'm half Irish and I'm half Mexican. So obviously you could assume I was raised with alcoholism. But I'm sorry. I meant Catholicism, but they're similar. They both have their meetings, you know. People don't really want to be there to go just for the donuts, you know. A big difference with the two between alcoholism and Catholicism is that when you tell somebody, like with alcoholism, they're always saying it's a disease, it's not your fault. With Catholicism, they're always saying it's a sin, it's your freaking fault, you know.
Oh my
with it's funny. I just learned this, that in Ireland, the Irish invented Irish whiskey in the 14th century, and then they didn't have another invention until the 17th century. So they invented whiskey, and then they just drank for 300 years. And 300 years after they invented whiskey, their next invention was bowling. So
wow.
yeah, I feel like they probably had some other ideas. Like the guy was like, "Hey, I got an idea for this new thing," and they're like, "Hey, we told you we just want to drink. Leave us alone. Stop bothering us." And then he came back, so like,
whiskey.
Yeah. He came back and he was like, "Hey, I got an idea for this new game. It's like, we told you we want to drink. It's like, this one you can do while you're drinking." It's like, all right, we're listening. You know? Something else I also learned is that the study abroad program. I mean, if you're all dyslexic, you probably didn't study abroad. We know people that have. We know people that went internationally and went and studied abroad. So study abroad program started in the 1920s. People were going, foreign exchange students were going to different countries to study. And so that means there was probably people studying in Germany in like 1939, 30, 40-ish, which that's got to be some weird letters home, you know? It's like how school's been great, you know? They have a really good arts program. The film studies is wonderful, but then the professor quit showing up for class. I don't know what's going on, you know?
Oh.
Can't find any textbooks I need. I mean, I found the ceramics textbook, but why do we need a textbook for ceramics, you know?
I know. Oh my.
Something else that I learned that's crazy, I couldn't believe, is that the first right-footed shoe was invented in 1818. I thought that would have been a lot longer ago, you know? So before 1818, they had omnidirectional shoes. You ever put a shoe on the wrong foot? You ever do that? Every now and then, it's like a sandal or a slipper. There's never anything with laces. I'm good with laces, right? But before 1818, it didn't matter. They're all just square shoes. But put in perspective for you, the first horseshoe was invented in 400 BC. So that means for like 2,400 years, people were just walking around like, man, my feet are killing me, but those horses sure look comfortable. What's their secret? You know? It's ridiculous. Like, no wonder the Crusades, they're going around killing everybody. They're so mad. Their feet hurt. That's all. They're just like pissed off because they had to walk around Europe with their feet hurting like that. That's why there was no dancing at the Boston Tea Party. Like their feet, they have two left boots on their feet. That's why in the Revolutionary War, soldiers would stand in a line and fire guns across the field at each other. Cause like, yeah, I'll fight, but I'm not taking one more goddamn step. My feet are killing me. Right? See the soldiers getting his leg cut off, it's not because he got shot, just because he couldn't take it anymore. He's like, just cut it off. I'm done walking. I'm over it. The news, there's been a lot of talk this past year about hate crimes and stuff. And I think we need a new name. We need to call it something different when there's a racially motivated crime, because isn't every crime a hate crime? You know, like, are people out there stabbing fools they admire? You know?
Good point.
Good point.
Like, hey, you're a great singer, asshole, and just punch each other. Like, no. Like, if I got in trouble for a hate crime, they'd be like, oh, John committed a hate crime. He shot 50 people in downtown. It's like, whoa, hate crime, slow down. I don't hate anybody. I just love shooting people. It's a crime of passion.
No.
I'd be in jail, or they'd be like, hey, what are you in for? Oh, the hate crime. I tried to kill a bunch of Jews. I'm a Nazi. It's like, how about you? Yeah, same thing. A hate crime. I tried to kill my neighbor, Jerry. I freaking hate that guy, you know? I am half Mexican. On my Mexican side, my mom, my grandma, great grandma, going down that line, I'm the 7th generation Californian. So it's we didn't cross the border crossed us situation with my family. Because if you know your history, California became a state in 1850. That wasn't that long ago. That was like 3.5 grandmas ago, you know? That means one day in 1850, my great grandma woke up and was like, oh, hey guys, hey, we're American now. We're in America. Quit seasoning the corn. We're American. You know? Hey, George, Jorge, spell your name with a G. We're in America now. You know? Hey, everybody, quit being so misogynistic and racist. We're in America now. Actually, they do that here. You keep doing that. They do that here. That's popular. So like, America wanted all the valuable parts of Mexico. They got California had gold, Arizona, New Mexico had silver, Texas had oil. So they wanted the valuable parts of Mexico, but then they kept all the names of everything, you know, like, that's why I don't live in the Angels, California right now. It's Los Angeles is not English. Right? Texas is not an English word. They didn't even try with New Mexico. They're like, we're gonna call ours Mexico. It's like, yeah, but that's what we call ours. Fine, better than Mexico, New Mexico, whatever, just get out, you know. Imagine if Canada did that to America right now, just like took all the valuable parts of America and left us with Florida. That's it. They'd be building a wall right now. Like, I'm sorry, we gotta get this wall up, guys. They're coming up here, caravans of fan boats. They're bringing alligators with them, and not their best alligators. And then some random guy in New York's gonna wake up and just be like, "Hey, no freaking way, we're Canadian now. We're freaking Canadian. Put some gravy on those French fries. We're Canadian. I got your poutine right here." You'd be crazy. Going back to my nephews and stuff. So I don't think my brother's that good of a parent, because one of my older nephews was acting up, and he just said, "Hey, you better knock it off. Or you're gonna get a consequence." And I was just thinking, like, what? You don't give him a timeout or spank him? He's like, "Well, we like him to know his actions have consequences." And I was like, "That's like what kind of lame millennial parenting is that?" You know. But then I was thinking about it. It's like that might be the most like gangster parenting of all. Just be very vague and keep them in fear. You know? Like, hey, better knock off. Or you're gonna get consequence. Might be a 10-minute timeout, or I might go upstairs and drown a little brother in the bathtub. Life's full of consequences, kid.
Oh, no.
Oh, you want some cookies before dinner? That's fine. When you're 30s, you have diabetes and you lose your foot. Consequence. It's like, geez. Our parents were emotionally available, but this is like psychological, you know? My brother's going to take my nephew to swim lessons, and he said, "Hey, meet me at the swim lesson. We'll hang out." So I pulled up on Yelp to get the address, and I couldn't help but notice there was a review that said, "My kid drowned and they wouldn't give my money back for the swim lessons."
Oh my God.
Yeah, intriguing to say the least. So I kept reading. Apparently, the lady paid for swim lessons all summer long. They went on vacation. The kid drowned on vacation, and she wanted her money back because clearly the kid didn't learn anything.
Oh.
Parking was good. 2 stars. Like 2 stars. That's a fair review when kid drowned. So now I follow her on Yelp because I know everything that she reviews is going to be not biased, just like right down the middle. You know? Like, oh, you want to try the new Mexican restaurant, El Coyote? Let's see what Maria thought. You know, she's not going to lie. You know? Like 1 star. The nachos are terrible. It's like, geez, what they do with those nachos? They got worse reviews than the swim lessons.
That's funny.
I think do a couple more. Hold on. I'm going a little over, but I want to try some new stuff. Oh, I think
How
that's
are your guinea
that's
pigs?
the. What's that?
Your guinea pigs?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Oh, I think the blender is the most bipolar appliance in the house. You know, you guys have a blender because it's like there's different settings, but it's just one setting. You know, like they're all the same.
It's true.
Like it's either off or it's on. You know, it's just like, guys want to blend something. It's like, yeah, let's blend. Yeah, let's blend. Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll just mince. We'll just try mince. Let's mince some shit up. Put it in. Let's mince. I'm like, whoa, Jesus, slow down. It's crazy. The toaster. The toaster is like the chillest appliance. It's like the exact opposite because it's like, yeah, you want your bread warm and toasty? Give me a couple minutes. I got you. Like that's just super chill. You know? He could be starting a small fire in the kitchen, and the toaster's like, psh, there you go. That's why he's trying. That's why that thing pops up. He's giving you a high five. There you go, bro. He's super chill. The ice machine on the refrigerator door. That's the saddest appliance because whether it has ice or not, it's trying so hard. Like it's just not.
Yes.
You can stand for 5 minutes and it's just making all this noise. Like, dude, just give up. Throw in the towel. You got nothing. He's like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, like making all this noise. No, I got some ice coming. Oh, embarrassing.
I see you've been to my house.
That's what you call humble brag. She has refrigerator ice. I got you. Now that it's getting cooler, winter's back. It's good because people aren't going to fight as much. Because I don't know about you. You ever get in a fist fight with somebody when it's cold out? It's terrible. It hurts your hand as much as it hurt their face when you punch them. It's ridiculous. Right? You ever try punching someone wearing a puffy coat? They don't even know you punched them. It's ridiculous. I think that's why they invented slap boxing. So people like up in Minnesota, Michigan to fight during the wintertime, you know? Like, I'm gonna kick your ass, but open hand. You got to really hate somebody to want to fight them during the winter times. Like, just you wait for me, my boots on and my coat. I'm scrape the ice off my windshield. I'm gonna drive it. I'm gonna whoop your ass. You better be careful. You're on thin ice. Literally, watch where you step. It's thin ice right now. You guys were talking about, like, you know, you were going to go to cosmetology school, and then your son's gonna be a bartender and like all these traits. I don't care what your job is, but if your job doesn't require the use of graph paper, you're useless to me. You're useless. You're imbecile.
Graph paper.
I was doing this show at this college and all these kids were on their laptops and one guy had graph paper. I was like, he's the smartest person in this whole room right there. His job matters. You guys are just surfing the web, you know? He's building stuff. Like if, you know, like when the end of the world's going to come and they always have like the bomb shelter, like the ark to like save the important people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It'd be people with graph paper jobs. That's who's getting saved. They'd take a couple like artsy people, you know, like a comedian. It wouldn't be me. It'd be like the best. It'd be like the Chappelle or who, like the best comedians. That's it. You know, maybe like two of them. I always think like, what if that, like, remember when the world was supposed to end in 2012? Like if they did that, then they would have taken like Cosby and not have known. And they're like, ah, God dang it. We wasted the one comedian spot on this guy. We got to rebuild with this guy. I do have a important cause since just like, you know, Jess write the book for dyslexia. Mine, I hope people can get behind, especially the men, is I think we need a new exchange policy when buying underwear. Because every time I buy a new pack of underwear, I get it home, I put it on. It's always missing the bulge that's advertised on the package. It's so embarrassing. I try to take it back to the store. Like, come on, they're like, what's the problem? I was like, come on, look at that, man. Where's the bulge? Get my money back. And they're like, I'm sorry, we don't return or exchange underwear. I was like, man, this is bullshit. I'm gonna write a bad review. But parking was good, 2 stars. Parking was good, so 2 stars. Guys, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming and celebrating the book, the launch of the book. Please check me out on social media apps. There's or realgoodcomedy.com is our website. You can find a bunch of links and videos on there. I have a lot of cool stickers. One you guys might like, which is this one right here. It says, what collage do you go to? Text font. If you send me a DM or a Venmo of any donation, $1 to $10, anything you want, and I'll a bunch of cool stickers and stuff. But thank you guys very much. Give back up to Jess and her book launch party. Or
thank you. Awesome. So funny.
Yes, that was really funny.
No, that was amazing. It did go over time, but I think it was completely worth it. Did we have some laughs? Are we like all jolly now? Like, who's playing the dyslexia drink game? Because I think some people are drunk. And at this point, we're going to share a couple words from our sponsor, because why not? If you're sitting here, I think you should stretch, you should chill out. And then at the same time, we're still giving away prizes. We are also going to still have a game. Remember to literally give Jonathan a round of applause. I think he loves the applause, the laughter, the fact that you're all unmuted, right? Woo-hoo!
Yes. Introduce you to our amazing tutors at Lexia Learners. All of our tutors are trained especially to work with individuals with dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, and ADD and ADHD. Miss Rachel is a dedicated tutor who began working with dyslexia after her cousin was diagnosed. She saw a vast improvement in one-on-one tutoring, and it became her focus for helping others. She completed the certificate program at the Dyslexia Training Institute, as well as the Dyslexia Awareness Program through the International Open Academy. Miss Rachel has her bachelor's degree in philosophy from La Jolla University. Previously, Miss Rachel worked in applied behavior analysis, which is beneficial in contributing to her patients and understanding that she passes on to her students at Lexia Learners. Mr. Chris attended SMU as an engineering major, and then moved to Chapman University for creative writing. Currently, he is completing his degree this year at UCI in humanities film with a minor in linguistics. When Chris completes his BA, he will be moving towards getting his master's degree in autism. Chris saw firsthand how much his siblings struggled to read and spell because of dyslexia dysgraphia until they received the right tutoring help. And after seeing the difference that tutoring through Lexia learners has made for his siblings, he wanted to help Lexia learners students with similar struggles gain confidence and learn how to read and spell well. Chris finds it very rewarding to see his students beam with pride when they learn new skills. Miss T is from Santa Fe, New Mexico. She attended the Santa Fe University of Art and Design. She is an educator with a strong motivation to work with dyslexic students. As an advocate for human rights and someone who passionately enjoys teaching dyslexic students, her experience as a preschool teacher and ESL college tutor for literature and English is a great contribution to Lexia learners. She loves to incorporate a sense of play and a positive environment in the teaching space that she is in. Miss T is fun, creative, and passionate, and she genuinely enjoys connecting with people. As a fun side note, Miss T is our artist who created our characters, Lexi the Lemon, Wally the Watermelon, and Andy, our non-binary mascot. You'll see more of them in our upcoming books. Mr. Dan is a recent graduate from Cal Poly Pomona. He attended school originally to be a history teacher. However, he fell in love with sociology. He later earned a degree in sociology with a minor in marketing. Mr. Dan was a former swimming instructor to kids, and he truly values education for himself, and it is the cornerstone for any well-rounded individual. He wants to help those who are struggling and empower them to be confident in their abilities. He is calm, cool, and collective, and that's his mantra that he carries on to his students when he's working with them. And finally, Miss Journey. She is a dedicated tutor who is passionate about helping others. She began her journey helping others with learning challenges and mental illness when one of her family members was diagnosed. At an early age, she learned how to help others who struggle to make sense of things like math and reading. Miss Journey is currently majoring in psychology with a minor in chemistry at the University of Texas. Prior to joining Lexia Learners, Miss Journey worked at a learning center with students who are neurotypical, as well as those with dyslexia and dyscalculia in math. She has taught swimming as well, and she feels that education should serve the child no matter how they learn, and she believes in that wholeheartedly when she's working with her students. That's our wonderful staff, and I invite you to take time to learn more about them and choose which tutor would be the best fit for you or your child.
Oh my goodness, is that a team? It is a huge team and it's incredibly impressive. It's something that I have seen Jess build up over the last, oh my goodness, quite some time. Jess, how long did it take you to build this team?
Well, Rachel has been with Lexia learners for 3 years now, right, Rachel?
Yes, 3 years, like last July. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rachel's been with us the longest. T and Chris have been with us. It'll be a year in December. And Dan and Journey, they started this summer. So I am very selective on who I hire. They have to go through a grueling hiring process. And I want to make sure that our tutors are dedicated to helping our students succeed and that this is something they're passionate about. And I make sure at the first interview that they understand that this is not your typical tutoring job that's just a holdover job until something better comes along. This is something better. So
Yes.
I love my team and I really appreciate them.
Yes.
So I'm exhausted just from hearing myself do that commercial. So that being said, I'm going to do a very short reading from the book, and I really hope that you all will buy the book. So for this week,
Got mine.
all right, woohoo! So this
Got mine also.
Nice. Who said that?
Renee, I got mine. I got it last night.
So you got 2 books now, Renee.
Yes, I'll give one to Sterling.
Okay, or give it to Crystal.
Okay.
But anyway, so if everyone will please purchase the book, it's only $1 this week if you want to buy the digital version, and it would be amazing because we want to be #1 in all sorts of categories. Right now, day 1, we are #1 in one category. And so you guys can help for just $1. So while I'm reading the book, if you guys want to jump on, Nix is going to share the link to get to Amazon. And if anyone needs help, Olivia and Angie are available to help you in a breakout room purchase the book, because sometimes it can be challenging. And my amazing assistant, Angie, made a wonderful form that gives you directions on how to order. So also Nix will be sharing that as well. And so I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to read a little bit of the book because I got tired just listening to myself read that the bios about the tutors. Anyway, so here's my book. I am not dumb, I'm dyslexic. And it's also the name of my corporation because unfortunately, most people will think that they are dumb, and truly they're not. They just have dyslexia and they need to be taught differently. I will never forget when one of my students asked me, when you were a kid, did you want to be a dyslexia specialist? I chuckled. I wanted to be an actress as a kid, a fashion designer in high school, and then a teacher. Once I had my children, I did indeed become a teacher, but not in the traditional sense of the word. I was a preschool teacher for 5 years and have been a homeschool teacher to my children for over 10 years. I'm actually no longer homeschooling. All of my kids have graduated. I taught language arts to other homeschool students and was a tutor for Classical Conversations, which is a homeschool program, for 1 year. For almost 8 years, I have been teaching dyslexic children and adults how to read, write, spell, and do math while creating my tutoring company, Lexia Learners. I am an entrepreneur, an out-of-the-box thinker, a problem solver. All of these strengths and many more are gifts of my dyslexia and have led to the inception of Lexia Learners in 2011. Not even when I began learning about dyslexia more than a dozen years ago, or when I started teaching my children in 2010, was the idea of being a dyslexia specialist on my radar. However, it became my life. I didn't realize I would devote my life to dyslexia, but here I am today, and I couldn't be happier. I am dyslexic. I am the daughter of a dyslexic, the mother of several dyslexic children, and the wife of a dyslexic. My whole life is all about dyslexia. As a child, I attended private school. The school administration told my parents that I had a reading disability. 30 years later, I realized that my reading disability was moderate dyslexia. Despite attending a small private school and having private tutors throughout elementary school, I still couldn't read by the end of 3rd grade, so I was held back. To this day, I remember the horrific embarrassment I felt as my classmates moved on to 4th grade, while I moved across the hall to the mean 3rd grade teacher's classroom. That was the year I began to get in trouble in school. Coincidence? I think not. That year, I became the principal's personal assistant because I spent an exorbitant amount of time at the principal's office. It was my 2nd time in 3rd grade, and although my behavior went south, I at least learned how to read. Every day, I was pulled out of class and walked across the street to meet my private tutor. I don't remember much about my tutoring experience, other than my tutor was kind and patient. I also remember that she was the ex-wife of John Lithgow, who is an American actor. I don't know for certain, but perhaps I received Orton Gillingham instructions that year. I'm not sure, but whatever the instruction was, it made the difference, and I learned how to read. I always had a good grasp of math and continued to advance in math the year I repeated 3rd grade. The following year, I went to a different private school, and since I now could read and continue to have strong math skills, I was placed back into the right grade. So I skipped 4th grade and never learned about dinosaurs. That was heartbreaking for me as a kid, and even more challenging for me as an adult with sons who loved dinosaurs, and I had never learned anything about them because they taught it in 4th grade. Anyway, the adjustment to going directly into 5th grade was minimal. Since reading was no longer such a hard hurdle, I embarked on a more level playing field, and when it came to working with my peers. That's all I'm going to share about my story, but I do want to read some interesting facts that I've also included in the book. Did you know that 1 in 5 of all people worldwide have dyslexia? That means if there's a class of 25 students, 5 of them have dyslexia. And these days, our classrooms have 30 to 40 students. So we're looking at even higher numbers of individuals experiencing dyslexia. 8.5 million American students have dyslexia. 85% of students with learning disabilities are dyslexic. Only 68% of students with learning disabilities have only 68% of students with learning disabilities leave high school with a regular diploma, while 19% drop out and 12 receive only certificates of completion. 85% of youths in juvenile detention facilities have disabilities that make them eligible for special education services, yet only 37% of them receive these services in school. One of my goals is to help those kids who end up in juvenile detention halls learn how to read, because I believe if we can help them at a younger age, then they are less likely to end up in prison. Next fact, 80% of prison inmates in Texas are functionally illiterate, and 48% have dyslexia. 49% of prisoners do not have high school diplomas. The federal government passed the First Step Act in 2018 that requires all prison inmates to be screened for dyslexia. Hopefully, the government will pass a law where all children struggling in first, second, or third grade are screened for this so that we can catch it much earlier on. In 2019, only 28.8% of all third graders were on track in literacy, and only 15.2% of economically disadvantaged third graders were on track. 97.6% of Tennessee students with characteristics of dyslexia scored below or approaching on English language arts assessments. All of these facts have the information of the sources in the book. However, I did not want to spend our time together right now saying where all those facts come from. But if you choose to purchase my digital book today, it's only $1, and you can have all of this information at your fingertips.
We are also going to play some Jeopardy. Now, I hope you were paying attention to some of the facts that Jess has said while she was doing her book reading, because I think some of them are on the board. Again, Nick's helped us create this Jeopardy board. We can do it lightning fast because it's already 10:14, and don't you know, we like to stay on schedule. All right. So if you can see my screen, give a thumbs up. Here are our categories, right? We've got myths, facts, early signs, strengths, random. If you pay attention to any of our social media, memes, images, any of that, you will know what is underneath these categories. We can unmute ourselves. We can shout it out. If you are able to shout it out and call that, hey, I've got this, you're going to win a prize, but only if it's got one of our little characters like Andy the apple, Wally the watermelon, or Lexi the lemon. All right. Now this is a lightning round. The categories, the numbers, they don't really matter. I don't know about you. You've got people in here with this calcula. I don't think we're paying attention to that per se. And I'm going to, as Jonathan said, there were some of those kids who just read and wanted to slap them. Well, that was me. So I'm going to read out the questions. Don't you worry about that. All right. And you just shout out those answers. So, Jess, since you are the hostess with the mostest, where are we going on this board first?
I told you I don't understand Jeopardy. And you put me on the spot.
All right, so this is not Jeopardy. This is Jeopardy, everybody. And you can answer Jeopardy, all right? And you can answer it in the form of a question. But again, the rules, just like the numbers, they don't necessarily matter. If you think you got an answer, it's okay. We're gonna move it real quick anyway. But just pick one of these categories, Jess. Don't make it difficult.
Okay. Facts.
Facts, 100, 200, or 300?
300.
Or
Woohoo.
300. All right. This term is used to describe a student who is both intellectually gifted and has learning deficits, which includes dyslexia. What is?
Oh my gosh.
Dyslexia.
Hey,
That's hard.
wow. It's hard.
Don't
Ready for the
show the
answer?
answer.
Don't.
Is the answer 2E?
Twice something.
2E?
Twice
Twice
exceptional.
Twice
2E. Who had that right
exceptional.
answer? Woohoo! See, all right, let's keep going. Whoever had that answer, you shout out a category and a number, or just say 1, 2, 3.
Number early signs 100.
All right. Type of dyslexia that causes one to have trouble distinguishing left from right.
I
No,
think my
5.
sister has that.
Dyscalculia?
Me.
Okay.
It's called me.
Directional.
Oh, cool.
Directional dyslexia. All right. Did anybody, who gave an answer? Because if you gave an answer, call out Samantha. All right, you called out an answer. Give me a category and a number. 1, 2, 3.
Strength for 300.
Strength. All right. Now I want everybody to know that a lot of the facts in this board are from the book, because it's
good.
not only just Jess's personal story, it is also lots of educational content.
Yes.
Right? She is an inspiration, because people with dyslexia excel at finding the odd one out from enormous quantities of visual data.
Is that true or false?
I don't know. What is?
Oh, what is?
Yeah, what is?
I think.
True.
Yeah, it sounds like it's true. Oh,
What is
observant. Okay.
All right. See, so if you called out the answer, or answer you tried, you made a guess, because we can all unmute, right? Give me a category and a number. We're all here to learn.
I'm going for random and 2.
Go. It is an effective approach used to instruct those who have trouble learning to read and spell accurately. Lexia learners use it all the time. It is
What is Orton-Gillingham method?
Woohoo! I believe that is the correct answer. And that is our super prize. Look, we've got Wally the watermelon, we have Andy the apple, and we've got Lexi the lemon. So if you who answered that the correct way? And don't lie. Keep it
Me.
honest in here. Me? All right, me. Make sure.
She said, "No, me."
Make sure
Tara,
that
are you the Tara who won a shirt from
Yes.
our group? All right. Woo!
Woo! Tara's winning all the prizes. Hot dog. She must have a lucky finger, or a lucky must run in her blood.
I just pay
because
attention to the board or I've been following all the facts on the page every day.
Nice.
got the leg up right there.
Good job.
So
That was great.
make sure you give your address to Angie or Nix in the chat, so we can get you your prize. Where are we going on the board now?
Angie, give your address to Angie.
Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. Where are we going? Myths, facts, early signs, strengths, random. 1, 2, 3. Me? Where'd you go? You got to pick.
Tara, that's you.
Oh, sorry. I'll do Miss 300.
Oh.
Thank goodness we are not paying attention to the numbers, because people believe this causes dyslexia, but the truth is having this condition doesn't automatically mean you are also dyslexic.
What is ADD or ADHD?
Oh, Stephanie for the win. Ding,
Ah.
ding, ding. And look, another prize. Wally the watermelon is there. Woohoo!
Hey.
All right, big money, no whammies.
No whammies around here. And did you know that Stephanie was previously interviewed by Jess? You can see her interview on the Lexia Learners YouTube channel, because
Awesome.
we are all here together to raise awareness, to teach each other. And where are we going, Stephanie, on the board?
I think we're gonna go for random for 300. We haven't done that yet, right?
Nope.
I don't know if it's covered, that we haven't done it yet. We
Okay.
haven't removed it.
All right.
Okay. So, famous British actor with dyslexia who played Will Turner. in
Orlando
Untitled-
Bloom.
Well,
He
she just jumped.
There's a
in
good
there.
reader.
I think she just knew.
Miss T.
I just said pirates. I don't know what to tell you.
I think she likes Orlando Bloom.
I
All right,
think
but
so
where are we
too.
going on the board, Miss T? Thank you for making it so I didn't have to read
Strengths
that.
for 100.
All right, here we go. Dyslexic people make great architects, creators, and designers. What is? Start moving it around. Maybe you'll see.
Creative?
Creative is
Oh my
correct. Ding,
gosh.
ding, ding.
Hey, Suki.
Yay!
Woohoo! 2 thumbs up, 3 thumbs up, 6 toes up, whatever we got. So, Suki, where are we going on the board?
Ooh, myths for 100, please.
These people are not stupid. They just learn differently than the average learner. What is?
Dyslexic people.
People, yeah.
Dyslexic people. Are you still drinking? Because if you are, you should have been taking a shot, and we're a little more tipsy in here. Woohoo! Who said that answer? Because I can't follow. Be honest. Where are we going
I
on the
did.
board?
I'm Amy. I said that.
Yay, Amy!
All right.
Remember,
let's
if you got a character with your question, to message Angie to get your prize.
True. So
okay. Let's go with early signs for 200.
Dyslexic learners tend to have trouble with arranging things in order. What is?
Dysgraphia.
Good job.
Oh,
Nope.
sequencing.
Sequencing.
Okay.
All right. No wonder why that one's in the middle of the board. That should be the free space.
Right?
All right, free space right there. Where are we going on the board?
Myths for 200.
Having this might improve the grades of a dyslexic student, but it is not a replacement for an intervention.
A reader?
What is accommodations?
Oh. There you go.
Hey.
Which could be a reader. We gave an example and the definition. Marvelous, marvelous. See, we are so smart in this room.
Yeah.
Where are we going next?
Stephanie, you answered it, right?
All right. Yeah, I'll go facts for 100.
Facts for 100. This can be identified by age 5.5.
Dyslexia?
Visual processing.
Dyslexia. Ding, ding, ding.
Amy.
All right.
Okay, let's go with early signs for 3.
All right, everybody, here we go. This is a calm, morbid characteristic where a child writes letters or numbers backwards or upside down.
Dyscalculia. Is that right? Nope.
Letter reversal.
No, but it's kind of
Me?
gonna rise. So, I don't
What
know.
is dysgraphia?
Everybody's got their answer.
No idea.
What is reversal? Reversals.
All right, reversals was it.
Woo! Me.
Woohoo! And that one has a prize. That's Lexi the lemon down there. All right. So where are we going on the board now?
Facts for 200.
All right, my hearing wasn't there. Where are we going?
Facts for 200.
Facts for 200. If you're dyslexic,
Oh, wow.
accept 50% of your children to have some degree of dyslexia. What is?
That true or false?
Hereditary.
Oh,
It's true.
Hey, true.
True.
it might be hereditary. I could be wrong.
Hereditary.
Ooh, Hereditary.
I got 2 in a row.
There you go.
Oh, and you got 2 of the winning ones.
So message Angie your address so that you can collect your prizes.
Okay, let's do strength for 200. I need to find Angie.
All right, strengths for 200, which is dyslexic people often become CEOs and entrepreneurs because of their ability to see how things connect to form complex systems.
That is
Big
true.
picture thinkers. Big picture thinkers.
So we've got big picture
Ooh, good
thinkers.
one.
Wow, Tara.
We know who's following the social media feed. Give her a round of applause, everybody, okay? That's not easy to do, all right? We're learning lots on there. Woohoo! In fact, I want everybody in this room to give yourself a round of applause because you are doing an amazing job, all right?
You said leave my address with whom now?
Angie. But right now Angie's in a room helping someone.
Oh, that's why I don't see you.
Yeah.
If you send your address to me, I will also pay attention to it, okay? I will make sure that you get your prize, all right? Don't you worry about it.
Don't give it
And
to
we are
me because I won't pay attention.
I will. Don't you worry. My name is Elizabeth. We are ready to go. We are at the last one. This is random for 100. When given early, this can prevent academic and emotional problems among learners.
Help.
What is our
Interventions?
intervention?
We had a rally in the room for that one, and we are correct. Intervention.
Yay!
And that ends our Jeopardy round. Can you believe we learned all of that so quickly? Because it is now 10:28, and
That was
we're
fun.
7:28 Pacific Standard Time.
oh yeah, this is true.
Yeah,
Well,
those of
we're
us,
all over the world.
those of us who haven't had dinner yet.
All right. So the next thing, the next thing left is for those of you who purchased the paperback book. I will be doing a book signing, and so we're doing that virtually. And the way we'll do that is I will sign this sticker and mail it to you so you can stick it on the front of your, or not the front, but inside your book.
What a great idea.
It is.
You know, we dyslexic people are creative. We come up with creative ideas.
Yes.
I brought the book, Jess.
Okay, who said that?
I got the book.
Okay,
Renee.
well,
Samantha.
everyone who purchased the hardcover book, hang tight. And if everyone else, I would like to thank you so much for being here today.
Before I leave, it's not a question, it's a comment. I just want to say I am so proud of you for having this book launch. When I met you in our marketing group, you were so different than you are now. I have watched you grow from this, shall we say, I think you and I took similar journeys. We were both kind of shy and afraid to express ourselves. And we've both come so far, and watching you develop has been just so beautiful. And I'm so proud of you and so excited for you that you're an author now. So
thank you. And thank you so much for coming here today. It really means the world to me that you took the time out to come. Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't have missed it for the world, but I gotta go and get something to eat. So I'll talk to you later. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Love you.
There's a hush in the crowd. I think that's a good thing. I think that we have laughed, we have drank, We have celebrated. We have listened to some music. I tried to make it so we don't have too much music because it makes it so if we ever do anything with this, it'll take it down immediately, right? But I'm glad we all were here together. Jess, I think we're at our final thank yous and farewells. So if anybody's got any questions or any last words, now is the time. It's never been a better time to do or say what you need to say. But at this point, it's been a fabulous evening and a wonderful launch. And I can't believe we laughed so long and hard at Jonathan. And he's not here any longer. But, you know,
That was
those were
funny.
some wild jokes.
Yeah.
They were. Mhm.
That was amazing.
Yeah, Olivia found him for us, and I am so grateful because I got nowhere myself trying to do a Google search. Sometimes you need the younger folk to find people on Instagram.
On TikTok.
Yay, Olivia.
Perfect. Well, he was great. And Jess, I'm really proud of you too. And congratulations on being a best-selling author.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations,
guys. Thank you, Renee.
You're welcome.
I've probably known you the least amount of time, and it has been amazing getting to know you, collaborating with you. I am so happy that we connected, and I just can't wait to see what other things we're gonna be creative and do.
Right? Thank you. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Samantha and I are in a mastermind together, and we met because we were both launching our books this month. And so I said, let's brainstorm together. And that
Awesome.
was amazing. It was really great to for us to come up with our plan together.
Yeah, it was. Congratulations. I can't wait to read it and learn more.
Thank you. I hope you learn lots. All right, you guys. Well, everyone have a great night. And thanks again, everyone, for being here today. And I really appreciate all of you for coming here.
Way to go, Jess.
Yes.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.